Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 17 of Scrollers Chat. Tonight, as you can see, there's nobody currently on the panel. We're waiting for a few people, possibly out there, that want to be on the panel. Let me know. Tonight, we're going to be talking about designing a project with GIMP. And what we're going to do is I'll show you guys. I designed one today for Sawdust for the upcoming spring issue, and I'll show you guys the one that I made, and then we're going to make one that's kind of similar but a little bit different. And once I show you guys, you'll know what I'll mean. We're going to use GIMP to make it, but a few house cleaning and things going on with this chat that I need to let you guys know about. Use this. You can try to super chat me for any reason to donate to the show. Don't super chat, it's not working. They won't let me use it. So what I did is PayPal version of that. If you guys want to do that, when you go to our channel, if you go to the About section, if you go to YouTube, search Scrollers Chat, and then when you get to it on the channel, go to the About section, and you'll see links on there. Only link on there will be for the PayPal page. Another way to do that, Facebook, go to our Scrollers Chat page on Facebook, and click the Shop Now button, and that'll automatically donate to us. It'll take you to the PayPal page to donate if anyone is so inclined. Again, don't super chat. It is not working through YouTube for some reason. All right. That being said, my Sawdust arrived today. I wanted to let you guys know, for all you Saw members out there, that should be either to you already or in your mailbox very shortly. This is the Sawdust. As you can see, this is actually the first one that I've taken over as editor. It was supposed to be spring, but I started on this one instead. As you guys can see, we've changed the cover around a little bit, and now the projects that are in it are on the cover. I know Florence might be watching. Pumpkin right here. This is my skull. This is I'm having brain farts tonight. This is Jeanette Square's cat, Nelson's sled, and this is my A Holy Night ornament project, or wall hanger. It's either an ornament or a wall hanger for Christmas. As you guys flip through here, like here's the first page, you can see there's an advertisement for the magazine. So if you guys are interested in the magazine at all, you can see is Scroller's Choice mag, mag.wixsite.com/home. You guys can check out all of the back issues, current issues. Again, on that web page, if you go to the Buy Issues page, if you click on that page, the issues are in PDF form. You'll see the ones that are available to purchase on the one for the print. It'll literally list the ones that are available. If you don't see them there, you'll have to buy them in PDF because that means they're out of stock, which is right below that. The one above is print, one below is PDF. If you're outside the United States, you use PDF only. Inside the United States, you can buy the PDFs now, so you can buy print or PDF, but the ones that don't show up there are out of stock, and the ones that do show up under the print are in stock. Also, you can now buy multiple items on the one page, plus you can buy the yearly subscriptions either this year or the past year. So there's 2015/16, and then there's 2017, which is this year. Total it's $64. They're $32 each. I think that comes out to less than $4 if you buy them as the set. It comes out to $4 or something, and if you buy them separately, it comes out to like $6 or something like that. So it's almost better to buy the set. Again, if you guys go over to our website, check that out there. while I'm on thinking about it. I'm going to try to get all the news and things like that out of the way so we have more time to do the pattern. Again, this is an advertisement in here for the Northeastern Ohio Scroll Saw and Woodworking Expo. Remember, it's Friday and Saturday, May 18th and May 19th. It's in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, at the Cork Cultural Center, which is 1201 Grant Avenue in Cuyahoga Falls, 44223, I believe it is. Yeah, 44223. And then our website, of course, is www.neosclub.wixsite.com/home. Go there, check it out. All the information's there, everything you guys need. Suggested hotels are on there. The RV park is 15 to 20 minutes away. So that's the farthest away, but it's the closest RV park. And then the closest hotel would be the two that are suggested there. One is the, I think it's called, the one's 12 minutes down the road, and one's like 5 minutes down the road. So they're all pretty close there. Highway that goes through, it's called Route 8, and Route 8 has hotels all along it. So if those aren't good for you guys, then there's other hotels there too. There's probably 5-6 hotels and within a mile of each other. I just chose the ones that were closest and cheapest. So those are the ones that are on there. All right. Moving on from that, I'm going to try to watch the watch page and do my stuff tonight, since it's just me for right now. I'm going to check out the chat here real quick. Yep, Edward, you should have gotten yours today. Can't wait to get one. Yeah. If you haven't already got it, it should be there very shortly. Hello, Jerry Price. Tessa Woodworks. That's Al Forte. Hello, Al. He's still over here. Hi, Edward. Billy Ellis. Hello. How are you? Florence. Hello. All right. So now, since we got all that stuff out of the way, moving on to the pattern, which is what you guys came to watch. All right. So the first thing you want to do is, I'm going to screen share. That'd be the first thing I need to do. All right. We're going to screen share. Even though there's nobody on the panel with me right now, I'm going to present to everyone. Hide the panel so you guys can see my screen better. And all right. Okay, so this is the project that I made earlier. I'm going to show you guys. I'm live. Okay, so this is the project that I made earlier. So it's not actually cut. I just made it look that way on the computer. But you can see it's the bee, and it says "Be happy, it's spring." Okay, and you can see the bee here. That's what basically the thing that I used to make it. All right, so what I want to show you guys is the first one that I made to put into sawdust is pattern for that one. You can see it says "Be happy in spring." Okay, but the original picture of this is actually at Pixabay, which is a free website, copyright free images. So what I did is, there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you know it's at Pixabay, you can go to Pixabay's website, which we've already talked about a few times in other shows. But you can literally go here to Pixabay. So this is the bee that I worked with. You can see that he is from Pixabay, and he's a free vector image. You hear it, those take you right to Pixabay, which is pixi.com. Do that, go to there, and then it'll pull it up here. You can go to free download, and then it'll give you a download in a PNG. And then I took it Basically, I removed all the stripes on him. Move these here, these here, and then I changed these up on here and changed the eyeballs. And then this was actually supposed to be cut out, but I left it in, and then I changed this around. So you can see I changed it around a little bit to get it to where we wanted it. All right, so that shows you guys where the original image was, and shows you that I used a copyright-free image. All right, so we're gonna go out of here. Yeah, I'm not sure if you know this, but on Google, one of the options you have is when you're searching for an image, say you want to look up basketball. Yeah, let me do let's do a lighthouse real quick, just to show you guys on a side note while I'm thinking about it. So let's look up a lighthouse, right? So generally, when you look this up, normally unless you already set it, it'll pull up everything under any license. Okay, when you first try it, when you first go to Google, unless you already clicked this. All right, so when you hit tools, that will pop down. So like if you come to Google and you don't see those, just hit tools and it'll pop down. One of the ones I like to do is always click show sizes. And if you unclick this, it'll turn off the sizes. And if you click it, then it'll show the sizes. All right, and then here it's got all sorts of different choices, labeled for reuse with modification. And make sure you click this one here. It'll give you all the ones that are able to be reused with modification. So for instance, if you wanted the St. Augustine Lighthouse, boom, free. See, it says public domain pictures. So you can click on that, public domain. So there's another website you might want to go to. I use Pixabay personally. And it's just what I use. You can literally go through these and probably click on them. All right, see, here's one, and you can see it says Pixabay. And there it is. Now it's back at Pixabay again. All right, so you guys can play with that. But the point I was trying to make to you guys is on Google to change it right here. So not filtered by license means it's not copyright free. So you scroll down to labeled for reuse with modification, then you know it's copyright free. You can also go colors if you wanted to. So say you're looking for a specific color of something, like you wanted a black car instead of a white car because you wanted more contrast or something, you can do that. Then you go over here, you can play with the sizes too. So you could go like all the way up to 9,000. So there's a lot of tools here that you can use. You can go type like a face, a photo, clip art, line art, animated. So you can go to there's all sorts of different things here you can go to play with. All right, so now that we showed you guys that, trying to keep that with the chat and do this at the same time. So give me a minute. Okay, you guys are just talking. All right, so I didn't miss too much of that. All right, so now for the fun part, we're going to go over to GIMP and do some work. First thing you want to do is open GIMP. I have it saved here on my desktop. Right here, I've already opened it, so you guys can see that I took that image of the bee that I pulled off of Pixabay. And basically what I did is I removed this part up here, made it solid black. I removed this wing up here, made it solid black. And then I took out the stripes down here. And basically, let's see if I can, hang on one second. I think I'm gonna show you guys how, I might as well show you guys how I did it. So give me 1 second to pull up a picture if I, the computer. We're gonna try to do it this way then. spring. Setting, go to tools, go to usage rights, labeled for reuse. There he is. So I'm going to save him. Save on the desktop where it is. Sometimes it'll try to go to your downloads folder, but I just save it on my desktop so I know where it is. Yeah, Katie, there's all sorts of fun tools on Google. Let's see here. Here's where I saved them to right on my desktop. So I dragged them over here and an image so you guys can see what I over top. Just use this to show you guys. All right. So you guys can see what I did. Boom. Okay. I modified it somewhat. And the way I did this, lasso tool, and I selected all this area all the way around here. Okay. And I didn't do the arms, I left those. And then I went all the way around here. Select the tool, and to do this, you just click, leave a point, and come around here. You can don't try to erase all the line, but the overhang line. Didn't select everything, but what I did is I went through, selected that, and then I went through and went to my color picker tool. Make sure I'm on that layer, and then see, this will tell me what color that is. So I just went through with the paintbrush tool and went like this, but I made sure that I filled in this whole thing correctly. This is just a faster version, so it's not correct all the way. And then what I did after that is I added the words. So try to finish one in here. So you guys can see, this is the original one. This is the modified one. So I added the text. I put "Be Happy in Spring" by using down here, coming down here and putting this text in here. The text that I used is called script MT bold. And I went, "Be happy." And then you don't want it the same color as your background. So for right now, let's make it black. And then I just dragged it so it's nice and large. It's a little too large. And then what I did is I went through at the paintbrush tool and started modifying this and connecting all of this font till it touches together. So all of this is touched all the way over on each side. So this Y would be all the way over here where my mouse is, and then this would be all the way over there. That was the original idea, and that was going to be how I had it, so that these words would actually be what's left over and then cut behind them. But I ended up changing that while I was working on it, so that instead of these being cut out and then having the wood, now it's the way it is for this black pattern. So I'll show you, instead of it looking like this, with it cut into the wood, it was going to be cut out. Each layer was going to be cut out. and then you have it in front of the wood. But I decided to change that to this. So you guys can see that I used the same font. And what I did is I came in here, and basically I just came in here, took a paintbrush tool, a really small one, came in here, and just kind of carefully connected all this, and then made sure that it was where I needed it. And originally this was touching the edge, but like I said, I changed it so that it's actually on here instead of being cut the way I had it originally planned. You'll notice there's some purpose floaters in here, meaning I did them on purpose and they're supposed to be in there. I'll show you guys. See, I got a finished one. I'll pull up the finished one and show you guys. There is so you guys can see this is trying to shrink it down. Okay, so this is the finished copy. All right, now you can see that. Well, actually, now that I look at that, that's not going to work. Alright, well, I just corrected myself. Okay, so I guess the floaters don't work. So on that note, I need to fix this pattern because I just caught that my floaters don't work. So I'm going to come back in here, turn this off. Okay, so see, I just corrected myself. So the floaters do not work. So what I need to do is I need to come in. But before we do that, I want to show you guys what I did with these eyeballs too. We'll come back to the floaters. With the eyeballs, what I did is I came in here with a paintbrush tool, and I came in here and I kind of sort of like this until I got the shape that I wanted. But you can see that's kind of what I wanted. And then here, and I filled this in black. As you can see, fill this area in black. I think black. And then I changed that select inverse. I changed this part right here to white. Yeah. See, I made that white. I made these. So I went in and changed the eyeballs to white. And then I erased the rest of this area so you guys can see that it's just basically a simpler eyeball. And you just like one cut. Alright, so you can just see how I simplified the eyeballs. I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Yeah. Now, GIMP is very similar to Photoshop in the way that it's laid out. There's some things about GIMP that are just as good, and there's some things about GIMP that are bad. But it's a free program, so can't complain too much. Remind me one day, and I'll show you guys one of the bad things about it. Okay. Sure. This is again Photoshop. Yeah, the features are very similar to Photoshop. Yeah, some Photoshop plugins do work in GIMP, some don't. Kind of got to play it by ear. All right, if you guys have kind of followed me to this point, we now know that we have to go in here and fix these floaters. So, first thing we're going to do is zoom in really close. Caught myself. I'm glad I caught myself. It's always good to check your work, because I didn't realize that I left the floaters in here. I thought they would work, and they aren't going to work. So we got to shrink this down. One's a little too small, so maybe 2. And then we come in here, the paintbrush tool. And break that open. This one. So we're zoomed in a little too far. That's the problem. So I'm going to have to zoom. Okay, so that's not too bad. And then, so the length is going to go over here into the R. Oops. Right now I'm freehanding it. I mean, if you wanted to lasso it, then go in and make it really clean and fine, you could do it with the lasso tool. I'm just doing it with the freehand for the sake of time. Alright, so I think we're getting it. Let me try this again. It's a good thing I caught my floaters, huh? I thought they were going to work, and I guess they won't. So, pattern fill. On Photoshop, sorry, now you guys got me doing that. On GIMP, one of the things you can do is come down here to pattern fill under the paint bucket, and you can actually check your work. That's a good way to check your work. Floaters are gone, and this should cut just fine. So I actually caught myself. Floaters. So now it should cut okay. And to undo that off the wood fill, hit Control Z to go backwards in GIMP. You can go back only 10-15 times before you can't go back anymore. Alright, so now we're going to go to overwrite, export as, and then since it's already here, I'm just going to go to overwrite. Oops, that is not what I wanted to save as. Export, and then Spring B. Spring B is fine to save it as for right now. I need to export. Alright, so this is saved. So this one was to show you guys the original picture, so I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to erase this one because it doesn't work. This is the one that I need. This is the blank one. Okay. And now that we know that that other one didn't work, I just want to make sure that it's saved right on the desktop. Yes, it did. Alright. So, as you guys can see, I'm watching the chat, the pop-out chat. What file options are there for saving? There's all sorts. You can go JPEG, PNG, transparent background, PDF. It'll recognize already saved PDFs, so if you pull something off the internet from an email and pull it in there, it'll recognize that. It'll do animated files, animated GIFs, you name it, it's going to do it. Okay, so now you guys can see how I got to this how I got to this point. I basically erased all of them, took the wings out. I took the two little antenna thingies on the wings out, and then I went through and I cleaned up all the stripes, took those out. And so now, and then I took the words out. I got it, and now I'm back to having a blank B. Okay, you guys can see that I changed these up on the top, on the other B too. All I really did for that was I come over to the round paintbrush tool, and I just came over here with the paintbrush size, and I just clicked that and made it into a circle. All right, so the next thing we want to do is I'm going to make this look a little more Valentine's Day, because I like the idea of the play on words toward B. So Be My Valentine, get it? So we're going to make a Be My Valentine B. So the first thing that I did was I thought I need to incorporate a heart in here. Originally I thought maybe I'd make the wings a heart because it kind of has that shape. Now since I put the heart there, it didn't look right to me. So instead of doing heart there, I'm going to do a different one. And I'm going to put, I already brought these hearts in over from Pixabay. And I'm going to basically take this heart, which I'll show you guys. Alright, so I went and I said Valentine's Day clip art. And I found a heart. And I basically just went and pulled it down from Pixabay. Put it on my desktop. And it is right here. Okay, and then what I did is I took this and I went into GIMP, dragged it in here, and then I resized it. In order to resize it, you just click on the scale right here. This is the scale one. Click on it, drag it down. You can also, if you want to be technical, you could just write your number. It's on here, here, if you wanted to. I usually just drag it and hit scale, and do that until I get it to the size I want. You can see it's still too big. So you guys can see my original thought process was to take this and then put it over here as the wing. That kind of has that idea, that shape. After doing that, though, it didn't look right, so I'm not going to do it that way. But you guys can see I took that. You can see that it has a background on it. If you want to get rid of this background, all you got to do is come up here to the fuzzy select tool, hit the click, hit the inside of this. You can go to select, or actually go to edit, cut, and then leave it selected. You can see the marching ants, and then you go edit, paste into, and over here you'll see this. You'll hit, just name it a letter. I'll make it so that it's a layer. And then what you can do is you can just delete this one, which is the white layer. So now that may put it on its own layer. So that white area is gone and it's just a heart. Alright. So the next thing I did was I resized this down to the way I wanted it. And so basically I just used the resize tool and made it into the size I needed. And you can see that I made it smaller and I moved it over here to on top of the antenna. Alright, and then so what I'm going to do differently that I thought it didn't work for the wing the way I wanted it to, so I'm actually going to use it on the antenna. Alright, so this heart I'm going to delete because at this point it's extra, and so these two are on separate layers. So we're going to zoom in just a little to show you guys what I'm dealing with. Alright, so since these are over top of the other layer, you can still see the round ball. Again, in GIMP, the eyeball turns the layer on and off. This one locks it, so you can't do anything to it. New layer tool is right here, or the delete layer is right here. Alright, so getting back to this, that one and this one are both up there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them both off real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make the foreground white. And I'm going to have my paintbrush tool. This is a little too small now. Make it bigger over here. Make sure I'm on the right layer, which is this layer. And basically I'm just going to click until, and what I'm going to do is now I'm going to turn the heart back on so I can see where it connects. That's good there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to find the right layer, which is this one. And I'm going to do the same thing I did over here by going to my paintbrush. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click until I'm going to leave it. Okay, see right there is about good. And right there is about good. Alright, so we're going to move this down a little. That seems good. And then we're going to move this. I'm going to move this down a little. Okay, that seems good. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to select this one first. I'm going to make sure the fuzzy tool is selected, make sure I'm on that layer, which is the B layer. And I'm going to go to Edit, Stroke Selection. Before we do that, we want to make sure we're down here. Turn the foreground back to black. And to do that, you just hit this little arrow here, and it'll change your color from foreground to background. Alright, go to Stroke Selection. Make sure you have it stroked to about 8, maybe 9. 9's too much. And the box is still there. Alright, so what we can do is go to this. Why do we still have the box in it? The box in. Okay, so what we're going to do, since it's not cooperating, is I'm going to go into Image, Flatten Image, and we'll do it. And then I'm going to come up here and select that. Okay, now I'm going to go into Edit, back to Stroke Selection, make it 9. That looks about right. Then we're going to come over here to this one. Actually, that doesn't look right. Let's make it 8. So sometimes you just gotta play with it, eye it up. Seems about right. And then you gotta stroke this one, or Edit, Stroke Selection, 8. And you go to None. And then see how those are both now his antennas. And then to make these white inside instead of red, I left them red just to show you guys their hearts. What I was thinking is you guys could use another piece of wood behind that part, which is painted red, or use paper, plastic, acrylic, something, make it look red, or you can make it just the same color as the wood if you so choose. You can customize it any way you want. I'm going to select both of these by using my fuzzy select tool. And then what I'm going to do is simply go to my paint can and make sure you're off of pattern fill now and go to foreground and just select both of these and make them white. And now you can see they're both white. And now he has Valentines antennas, which are hearts. Yeah, see, Katie, I told you the heart didn't work on the wings. It just didn't look right. I have not seen Justice League yet. It looks like it's going to be a good one. Jeff Robinson. Hello, Jeff Robinson. How are you? It's really... Okay, you guys are talking about that. All right. So you guys can see I did the antennas. One thing you can do if you want to make these thicker is you could stroke them a little bit thinner or thicker. we can go in and try that once. Basically, it's going to go backwards, and GIMP, you just hit Control-Z a bunch of times, and it'll take you back 10 times or so before you can't go back anymore. All right, so now you're going to go back to Edit, Stroke Selection. We might want to go maybe 9 or 10. Let's go with 10 just for a sec. 10's not even thick enough, so let's try. See, this is why you guys just spitball it. See, 12. See, 12. 12's not quite there either. Let's try, just for giggles, let's just try 14. Let's get 9. Yeah, that's pretty close there. I think that's closer. What do you guys think? Alright, so let's select this one. Go to Edit, Stroke Selection. This one, give this one 15 just to see if there's a difference. No, I don't like that. So let's go Stroke 14. So we know that you can't go that big. So let's go 12. Let's make this one 12 as well. Alright. That might work better. I'll leave it up to you guys how you want to do it. But I'll just show you how you can make it thinner or thicker, depending on what you want. Alright. Let's see what the chat says. Okay, just a Tylee. Hi, Jeff. How are you tonight? For those of you just joining us, I told them earlier on here, the super chat is not working for me for some reason or another. Facebook won't let me turn on, or not Facebook, sorry, YouTube won't let me turn on my monetization, which is the money thing, so it won't let me do super chat. So I set up a PayPal donation for anybody that's interested in donating to the show, helping us out. By no means feel obligated, but if anyone wants to know where that's at, it is at, you can do one or two things. You can go to our Scrollers Chat page on Facebook, and then there's a button there that says Shop Now. Click that button, and it'll actually go to the donation, which is just a PayPal donation. Or if you go to YouTube and you go to Scrollers Chat, go to our channel. When you see all of the different things up top, one of them will say About. Click that, and then under the links, there'll be one link there, and it'll say Donate, something like Donate to the show or something like the Scrollers Chat. Click that, and it will take you to the PayPal page. All right, moving on. What we're going to do now is Be My Valentine, or whatever word we want back here. All right, so what we're going to do is we've made the text box. Right now, text is small, but we just want to say B-E-E, and then Valentine. It's up to you how you want to design it. Once you get more familiar with GIMP, you can put on multiple text layers, and you can do whatever you want. But for the sake of time, and for what I'm trying to do, I'm just going to make it on one text layer, and then, all right. So you guys can see that there it is. What I want to do now, I want to use the same font, kind of, sort of, that I used before. So that font is script bold type, and then I want to make this big. And then I might want to just go like this and hit. This goes for your adjustment for where it wants to be aligned. I just hit center, so that's where it's at for the center. And I just eyeball it. And then, since we're not trying to connect them this time, what we're going to do is we're going to go in, zoom in really, really close. And then we're going to go here, flip this back to black. Paintbrush tool, make sure you resize this. In GIMP, as you zoom in, your picture has not gotten any bigger or smaller. And you have to go over here and you have to make your paintbrush smaller. So just remember that as you zoom in, your paintbrush isn't getting smaller, but you're zoomed in, so it has to. You have to adjust the paintbrush. Basically, you just come in here. Would be the floaters. I'm gonna hide this. There we go. Come in here. Clean up what I need to. Make sure that looks good there. B looks okay. What I'm going to do on the B is I'm just gonna connect it here. Because I like it better that way. Just to give myself some room for cutting purposes. And then this would be a floater. Alright. And we're going to zoom out now. Alright. And then we're going to go to this. We're going to go, now in order to check this, that it's working okay, that's the pattern, we're going to go back to our paint can tool. We're going to find this, we don't need that one. Alright, we're going to go back to our pattern film, click, and you guys can see these little black lines are because that's where I made the adjustments to the letters. So if you want to make those, actually look like wood, to make sure you're on the right layer that they're on, which is actually this layer, not this layer, which is why I didn't do anything when I clicked. So you just go on the right layer, and then you can just fill these with the paint can, just like you did with the other one. When you filled the other part of the pattern, just click it on them. There you go. And now you can see that that's how it would look when it's cut, give or take. Another thing you can do if you want to have some fun is something like this. Hang on, let me do one thing real quick before I do that. Alright, I'm going to save this as the pattern. Export as spring. Oh, I don't want spring. The other one's spring. Let's call this one Valentines. Alright, export. Alright, so now we saved it. So now I'm going to come down here to the paint can tool again. And we're going to go to that one. Fill it again. Make sure you're on the right layer to work on these letters. Zoom in just a tad so you can see a little better. So it's just a simple matter of clicking on them. Alright, and then put that on your screen. Okay. Now what I was doing before was I was showing you guys what it would look like if you put another piece of wood behind it. Obviously, you could put black behind it with a black backer, do whatever you wanted to it. But this would just be, give you guys an idea of if you put like a darker wood behind it, just to give it that look. As I said before, like that, I made a mistake. All right, so all I got is hit Control Z and it'll take me back. So I did it again. Control Z, back. All right, and the other reason this won't fill is because I'm still on this layer for that. So now I have to unclick the layer that has the text and go to the other layer, which is the B. Fill his mouth in, and then his two eyes, and then the two hearts. And that's kind of what he would look like. So you don't have to fill in all this, but just to show you guys what that would look like. You know, and then maybe you want to fill this part in, but then you want to make, you know, this part red. You know, like with a different wood. These guys red. So, you know, you can make the red, you know, whatever. You could even put a red background behind the letters. Whatever you guys wanted to do to make it work. This is just basically to show you guys how it would work. Another thing that's pretty cool on Windows 10, which I think I went into a little bit last time with you guys, was that we could do a program that's a 3D program on here, which I use to kind of like potentially show my clients what their request might look like before I even have a chance to cut it, because a lot of them will say, I want this made, but I want to see how it looks, and I don't have anything in stock, so it's like, well, I can't show you how it looks. So aside from making them this kind of thing where it has a wood, you know, look to it, there is a way to make it look like it's actually cut out in this 3D program, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But let me save this as wood. All right, so when this box comes up, you want to make sure that this quality is always 100, and then you hit export, and then this will save. All right, so the next step for me would be to, actually I'm going to save this one. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this image. I'm going to show you guys now how to do it in 3D, in the 3D program. All right, so this one you want to select the outside of. Then you want to make sure to select multiple areas, make sure you hit Shift and keep it clicked down when you're selecting these different areas. That'll select everything at once. So you just go in here carefully, select what you need. Like so. And then you go cut. Turn this off. Actually, I'm going to do this a different way. Deselect. We're going to come back to that. So turn this off for right now. And so what I'm going to do next to set it up to go into the 3D print program is I always use this one image of wood, which makes it look exactly like it's wood in the program. So I'm going to drag this wood in here. I'm going to go to my scale tool and make sure it's resized for the whole page. And then I'm going to hit scale. There we go. And then I'm going to go here. Pull this up on top. And then I'm going to go to that. I'm going to hit Shift. And I'm going to hold down Shift again to select all these areas. Go in and reselect all of this. I'm going to just carefully select all the stuff I need to select. Alright, see, I made a mistake, so all I got to do is hit Control Z. My finger back on Shift. And go right back to clicking. So at least the B. Alright, we'll leave this selected, and then we'll turn off this layer. We'll turn this layer on, and now you can see, you go up here to select, invert, you go to cut. Oops, that was the wrong layer. You're on the wood layer when you do that, otherwise it's not going to work. Cut, Then you go paste in new image. And this is what it's. Made a mistake. Alright. That's where I made a mistake. Alright, so when you're doing this, make sure you select this area right here too. So what you might want to do is go to deselect none. You want to go to shift. Oh, because I'm on, okay. The reason I was doing that is because I'm on the one layer, not this layer. Okay, so click here, hit shift, and you're gonna highlight all this stuff again because I forgot to do that one area. You guys saw I messed it up, so I need to go back in here, reselect all of this. Alright, and then I'm going to turn this layer off again, but leave it highlighted. And I'm going to come over here to the wood layer, turn the wood on, and I'm going to go to select, invert, and I'm going to go to cut. And I can see it cut it out there. And then I'm going to go to paste, new image. That's what it would look like when cut. But I want to use this image now in the 3D program. So one thing I'm going to do real quick is I don't like that it's not got enough room around it. So I'm going to shrink it just a little bit so that it has room on all sides. Alright. Okay, so now we're ready to, we can go to export as. Now this one, whoever was asking me about the different file formats, this one is actually on a save as a transparent PNG. In order to do this, you go to export image, just like the other one, and then you want to name this one, let's say B transparent, so I know what it is, .png. So pop up, make sure everything's right, hit all the way over to 9, hit export. It'll save. It's going right on the desktop. So it is right there. Alright, now the program in Windows 10 comes with Windows 10. So if you have Windows 10, you should have this program. If not, you can download it from the Windows Microsoft store. It's free. 3D Print Builder. It's going to say, oh, we're going to import it. Don't worry about the lines. They're not actually there. Alright, so you guys can see that it imported it. I'm going to go to Object. Go to Edit. Got to click it first. I'm going to split. So what we want to do is just bring this up a little bit. This will split it. You see how it made it thinner? So now it's thinner. And we're going to go to 3D print. You guys can see that that's kind of what it would look like when it's cut. And I always go control. There's no way to save from there, so I always go control print screen. And then I bring it back into GIMP. And a new image. So paste as new image. There it is. I like to zoom in so that, because whenever you're working in that, it creates a box around it, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is try to click inside the box. And without getting rid of too much of the image. So now you guys can see that's how it would look like when it's cut. And then what I'm going to do is save this real quick. I'm going to change it around and make sure I delete the background and change it a little bit later. But for the time being, I'm just going to call it b3d.jpg. JPG, for you people that don't know what JPG is, it's JPEG. So if you hit .jpeg, it's JPG. If you hit .png, it's a PNG image. If you hit .gif, it's a GIF. If you hit .xcf, in this program, instead of going export, you can do export for JPEG, PNG, stuff like that. But if you're doing something that has layers and you want to save the layers, or you want to save your work and it has multiple layers, go save as, and then to save the layers, you hit .xcf, and that'll save your layers for you. So if you're working on a project with multiple layers, for instance, when I'm working on the magazine or Sawdust, and I have a layout that I like, and I have all the layers put on there, and I'm not quite done with it, I can just save it as a .xcf, and I can come back later and I can change the layers around, change the text around, whatever I need to do, and it'll still be in the layer format. All right. It does not even show. Yeah, see, the super chat doesn't work for me. It does not work at all because my monetization's not on, and I don't know why. I don't have enough people. I think that's it. I don't have enough people to use it yet. That's enough watchers or subscribers. That's why I think. Yeah, I said that YouTube won't let me do it. I don't have enough people or something like that to turn on my super chat. Everyone has probably figured this out, but layers, the cast me knows, yeah, using layers is awesome. That's what I do for all the magazines and all that. Gotta get for now. Okay, thanks, Billy. Yeah, go check out GIMP. You can get it for free from their website. Okay. So you guys pretty much are all caught up on everything. I showed you how to do it and make it, and how to make it into 3D. Let's see here. So there it is, the pattern that we made tonight. For any of you guys that want it, I'll post it up if you want, and you guys can have it or do whatever you want with it. It's also going to be in the next Sawdust, so you can wait till the next Sawdust comes out. All right, that's pretty much going to be it. It's 9:35. We went a little over on time. If you guys have any more questions, I am watching the chat. So I have the Adobe Suite and still use GIMP for some stuff. Yeah. Sometimes, Edward, I like to combine GIMP and another program. I find that Photoshop does a little bit better on the photograph to the sketch. We're trying to make sketches for them to do like a sketch version of a scroll saw pattern. I find that Photoshop does that a little bit better. But there's some things that GIMP does better. If you guys can hang around for a minute, I'll show you something. All right, so let me exit out of here. You guys want to, for those of you that want to leave because it's 9:35, you can, because we're pretty much over on time already, and I apologize about that. So anyone that wants to take off, that's fine. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next week with the rest of you if you want to hang out for a minute. Something working on and figuring out for my car patterns in GIMP. So basically, here's some Mustangs. I'm going to use this one. Drop this in here. All right, so here's this Mustang, right? Now, Edward, what I was referring to that I think Photoshop does a little bit better than GIMP was, if you go to this thing and you make a square around it, if you hit, I'll show you in a second, but I got to do this part first. So right now I'm going to go into filters. This is one of the things that I think GIMP does better than Photoshop. You hit cartoon, you just kind of got to play this one by ear. And you just kind of got to see how this looks after you do it. You go 1, 2, I just hit repeat cartoon. So I went to cartoons. Then I went to colors, brightness, and contrast. And you take this and you drag it this way a little bit. And then you go to artistic, photocopy, sharpness. Now see how I have to literally make this big and I still can't see the whole thing? That's one of the things that GIMP does not do as well as Photoshop. Photoshop, it would show you the whole picture. This one, you gotta move it around like this. And I find that to be very annoying when I'm designing. But once you get used to how to use it, not so bad. You get used to it. Alright, so I'm gonna drag that over. Okay, we'll try to see how that works. Alright, that worked a little better than it did what I thought it was gonna. Alright, so obviously this isn't done yet. I have to go in and clean up some of this stuff and make it work as a skull saw pattern, but that's the first step. And what I think Photoshop does better than GIMP is when you go to this photo filter and you do this photographic or photocopy and you do this photocopy. I think that in Photoshop this is much easier to do. Also, I think Photoshop is better at sketching an image than GIMP is, but if you use the cartoon, sometimes it actually works a little better. I'm actually going to try this once more, just by doing one cartoon instead of 2 and see if that makes a difference. One cartoon might clean it up a little. Just going to repeat what I did the last time. Only this time I'm going to do one cartoon instead of 2. I'm going to get a photocopy, same thing. See what that does. Aha! See, it cleaned it up a little bit. Not as much noise in it now. So, see how it's not as busy with this stuff, the fuzzy stuff. So now it's a little bit better. I could actually resize this and make it bigger and then go in and do it again to try to do more detail. But for the most part, that's what I wanted to show you guys. How to do the artistic and show you that what I don't like about GIMP is this. When you open this, you can't see the whole thing, which is annoying. All right. .198 Mustang pattern. That'll be done pretty soon. Just make sure I save that. That came out kind of cool. Seeing that I saved over the one that I already had, so I know where it's at. All right. Oop. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat, so I'm getting caught up. Also, if interested in 3D, look at Blender. Also free. Good job, thanks. I learned 3 things at least. No problem on the time. Good show. I learned I had the 3D program, but I had no idea what to do with it. GIMP is way smaller than Photoshop, and it's still powerful. Yeah, It is. It's very much smaller than Photoshop, but Photoshop has a lot more tools in it to do a lot more different things. It's based for doing graphics work, so it has 3D tools and a bunch of other stuff in it that GIMP does not have. And as I said, there's some things that work really well in GIMP, and there's some things that don't work very well in GIMP that work better in Photoshop, and then vice versa. So, someone put, yeah, Mustang. Yeah, I think that's a 98, if I'm not mistaken. I have some older ones too. I'm working on a couple of 65s. I could show you guys. Hang on real quick. I'll do that. My different cars I'm working on. Car requests. So this is a 68. This is what I'm working on. You guys can see I'm working on Mustangs. That's one of them. You guys can see I have some that I'm working on. Like this one, it's almost near. And then this one's actually done. This is more of a simplified one, but I'll show you guys this one. So that's more of a finished one, but simplified. Here's a. This is Colorado, I think. Yep. This is a Colorado I'm working on. So you guys can see I'm working on it. I think it's 2017 Colorado. So there's all sorts of stuff that I'm doing with them, and some people have requested different cars, so trying to make those. I'm trying to play catch up for a little bit because of the magazine and stuff. I haven't had a lot of time to design, but true, but it takes more resources. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ed, but yeah, it does take more resources for the computer to do the whole image. So if you have an older system, GIMP will bog the system down less than Photoshop. Yeah, I find that GIMP slows down my computer considerably after I get to a larger. I like to work really large. So once I get past like 9,000 pixels, it starts to bog down my computer badly. But that's because you're using more pixels. What if you do 2 cartoons and a noise filter? That might work. I'm not sure about the noise filter though, because the noise filter in GIMP is not as powerful and useful as the one that's in Photoshop. Because I've used the one that's in GIMP and it's nowhere near as nice as the one in Photoshop. That's why I don't use the noise filter in GIMP. I just kind of use the cartoon, and then if I have too much cartoon, I go back and tweak the cartoon. To prevent scrolls on the pad, but I have troubles figuring out the places to prevent dropouts. By dropouts, you mean floaters? The preview of your filters, you said, yeah, shows the whole image. Oh, okay. So you're saying that I said that. The PS. Okay, so Photoshop shows the whole image. GIMP does not. Yeah, and GIMP uses less resources because it does that. Yeah, that's true, but it's also a pain in the butt. It's actually very annoying when you're designing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 9:45. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Again, if you haven't already gotten your Sawdust magazine, it should be coming to you shortly. Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to get this. All right. You guys can probably see me again. If you haven't gotten your Sawdust this one, it'll be coming to you. Should be getting there soon. I've already started work on the next one, which is spring. That's why we worked on that pattern tonight. That's going to get in the spring issue. I want to thank everybody for being with me tonight over in the YouTube. Sorry about not having any panel tonight. It's kind of a last minute for everybody, so it was just me tonight, but it kind of worked out good because it gave me a chance to sometimes when I have too many people on here, it bogs it down. So it gives me a chance not to bog down my chat as much when I'm trying to do a image. Sometimes, or sorry, in GIMP. So sometimes if I have this open, then that it starts to bog it down. It makes it a little slower. So that's one nice thing about not having a panel. All right, I want to say thank you to everybody over on the YouTube chat. Thank you, sir. Al Forte, Lori Bernard, I see you over there. Let's see, Katie Dotson, of course. Can't forget Katie. Billy Ellis. Oh, and before I sign off, one thing I forgot, but one thing I'm trying to do and work out the details. If there's any of you guys out there that are interested in designing a birdhouse, it's got to be workable and it's got to be able to be used and cut completely on a scroll saw. What we need it for is the spring issue of Scroller's Choice. So you will need to have it in to me by, let's say, the end of December, the first week of January. If you guys are interested or you have a birdhouse, it's got to be the plans. You got to come up with the plans, cut it, send me the finished picture, and then if you, we're going to do kind of like a contest. The winner and the person who gets put into the magazine, the winning design will go into the magazine for spring, and you will get a free PDF membership for the year for 2018 and a back issue of your choosing, or the back year of your choosing. So if you want, you're going to get 18 automatically, but you'll also get a back subscription for 1 year. So if you want 2015/16, you can choose that one, or you can choose 2017. All right. If you guys have an idea, get those birdhouses over to me. Send them to my email, which is on. Where do I have that? I think it's posted somewhere, or you can hit me up on Facebook. That's an even easier way. But it's going to be like a contest. So the winner will get put into the magazine. They'll get their design in there. Design will be published. You'll get a copy of that magazine, either in PDF if you're outside the United States, print if you're in the United States. Plus, you'll get the 1 year membership free for 2018 and one back year of your choosing, either 2015, 16, or 2017. All right, and then the runner-up will get a we'll get a subscription too. So we'll have 2 winners. So the first one will be in the magazine. The second one will be probably in there too as a honorable mention or something like that. But we'll figure it out. But the contest is that. If you guys got any ideas for birdhouses, start thinking of them. I'll put a thing up here more formally tomorrow probably. But if you guys, anyone out there wants to try it, we want to put it into the magazine for spring, so we'll have to have it by the end of December, beginning of January. All right. Thank you, everybody that was over there on the YouTube watch page. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me later than we were supposed to go tonight. And remember, if you guys got any ideas for birdhouses, make sure you hit me up on Facebook. Or you can actually go to our Scroller's Choice YouTube or Scroller's Choice Facebook page and post them there too. And that's a good way to get in touch with us too. If you can't find me on Facebook, just go to the Scroller's Choice page and post. Say, hey Lee, I got my birdhouse, and put it up there if you can't find me, because I checked that one too. So, all right, I'm just checking over the chat one more time. Alrighty, by Ed. by Al, by Katie. Good show. Thank you, Jeff. Like not readable, comprehensible plans like in detail, but like what you would use to cut it on a scroll saw. So you got to come up with a plan, and then so you got to have the plan so that we can publish it in the magazine. So that's just something for you guys to work on. I'm sure someone will come up with one. And again, if you do it, you'll get the prize of being in there, and then you'll get the whole year next year in PDF, and then you'll get a back year if you're choosing either 15, 16, or 17, whichever you want. 15, 16 is 1 year together, so it's the way we did it. All right, thank you guys. Good night, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next Scrollers Chat.